Alright, so this is Ogre with Gaming in Progress, and today we're playing some Battlefield Bad Company 2. Now, I'm also going to be talking about a little bit of my issues with EA here, and just how they fucked up something yet again. I'm not talking about Battlefield Hardline. I actually haven't played that, and, you know, with the beta being over, I'm not going to get a chance to play that until the game gets released.
Bad Company.
But apparently, as a promotion for Battlefield Hardline or Battlefield 4 or whatever, after the Battlefield Hardline beta ended, then Origin and EA decided they're going to release Battlefield 4 for free as some sort of free promotion on Origin for 7 days, and after that, when you're done playing it after 7 days, then you'd have to pay for it. So, that's all fine and dandy, but what it did, it completely ruined the online community for Bad Company 2. Now, what basically happened is the servers that keep track of the stats for each player went down. So as you can see, I'm going to loop it over this video. It shows that I'm currently level 0 with no kills. Somehow I still have all my dog tag kills, but no other kills. And nothing unlocked, and I was level 15, and I poured probably about 20 hours online. I was only level 15. I'm not exactly the best Battlefield player yet, because I'm not exactly used to the old keyboard and mouse thing. I'm just now getting into PC gaming and coming from consoles. But as you can see, it completely removes your stats, and your stats won't update either. So it completely makes the game unplayable, because the entire dynamic of the game, being able to start with shit weapons and unlock better ones as you go through and everything, it completely makes the game unplayable and unenjoyable, because not only do you lose everything you've worked so hard for, but it makes the vehicles that much harder to take down, because you don't have Carl Gustavs or C4 or anti-tank mines. Makes the choppers damn near impossible to take down without the tracer darts. And it just results in making these making the teams you're facing just way overpowered. So, anyways, apparently some guy on Steam got a hold of someone on EA, and it should be fixed within a week. But the thing is, there's still plenty of people who buy Battlefield Bad Company 2. I recently bought it, and there's still more people. And there's still more people who pick it up. So EA's still making money off of this game. There's no doubt about that they are. As a customer, you expect a certain amount of, support to these games that are being released, and we're just not seeing that. And Battlefield Bad Company 2, there's a lot of people still prefer over the newer Battlefields, and it's considered probably the best Battlefield pre-Battlefield 3. It still has a huge online community. There's thousands of players that still play it, at least on the PC version of the game. And you go in, there's normally about 300 active servers. Those 300 active servers, a good 20 of them are still completely full. Then you see a bunch of servers that are smaller, but they're still completely full. They're not 32 player servers. There's 24 and 26 player servers, and you see some 16 player servers that are completely full. And you see a bunch of 32 servers that aren't completely full, but are close to being full. They're 32 player servers, and they'll have 26 players in the server at a time, and normally in the course of the game that count will max out. So the community is still there, and it's actually great. This is Battlefield Bad Company 2 probably has the most balanced gameplay of any of the other Battlefields I've played. The only real complaint I have about it is just some of the maps seem pretty linear, as in they're very long and you can't really flank. It basically forces you into choke points. But still the gameplay seems pretty interesting, or pretty fair. There aren't really that many hackers in the game. Everything. But it's just crazy to see how just losing stat tracking abilities just completely ruins the game for everyone else. EA doesn't even run Battlefield Bad Company servers anymore. They've been completely out of the loop for that for a while. They've been completely out of the loop on that for a while. you know, most of it's, you know, private clans and everything. So it's not like EA has a hand in actually making sure that the game is, you know, playable and fair and everything. You know, these clans normally do a pretty good job at banning hackers and making sure people, you know, aren't hacking the game and getting an unfair advantage against other players. You know, but you know, if EA is just going to take that sort of approach to this game that many people still love and play, why not hand off the stat tracking abilities to a third party as well? Hand them out off to Steam or you know, Game Ranger or something. You know, because this kind of, you know, this kind of lack of service, you know, is unacceptable. You know, and it's not just Battlefield 3, or I mean, Battlefield Bad Company 2, you know, EA's fucked up on. I think Battlefield 3 is experiencing some servers as well, or some server issues as well. Although, I don't think it's anything as major as, you know, your stats not being tracked. You know, I think it might have just been, you know, increased lag on some of the servers, which is frustrating but not game-breaking. A few other things. But, you know, that's my major complaint about EA's. They're not consistent at all, and they're just shitty to their developers and their customers. I mean, after the release of Battlefield 4, I've completely lost, you know, all faith in EA. I mean, you had game-breaking glitches. You couldn't even play the game, you know, when it was launched, and a lot of those issues didn't get patched until, you know, maybe a week later or a month later. You know, then you had the Horde release of SimCity, the reboot of SimCity, and before that, you had even more Horde release of SimCity Societies. I mean, yeah, you know, rushing games is something that a lot of developers are guilty of, but EA definitely seems to be, like, you know, the most well known for. You know, I love Battlefield. I love the more tactical aspect of it. You know, I haven't gotten a chance to play much Battlefield, but, you know, when I played consoles all the time, you know, I used to play Battlefield 3, you know, and Battlefield Bad Company 2 in my heyday. I mean, those are great games. You know, even on a console, when you were limited, well, on Battlefield Bad Company 2 on the consoles, you were limited to 24 players, and on Battlefield 3 it was like 36 players per map. But, you know, even those games, you know, they were pretty good. You know, they came out pretty polished. Then, you know, EA had that rough patch of, you know, 2-3 years where they were just rushing games, and all they saw was money symbols. You know, they probably had problems even before that, but, you know, it really didn't affect the Battlefield series until recently. But, you know, I haven't seen a Call of Duty release where the game has been, you know, the game has been broken on day one. You know, and I don't have a good internet connection, so, you know, I have to game over at my friends and everything. Cause I'm on a satellite connection, so my ping, you know, at most times is around 800. So, and I have an extremely low data cap of 20 gigabytes a month. So it's not like I can really afford to update the games if they're released in a broken state. And I've never had that issue with Call of Duty. You know, Call of Duty has always ran perfect, you know, day one. You know, Uncharted pretty much always ran perfect day one. Like most of the games Ubisoft has put out, you know, other than Assassin's Creed Unity, has run perfect day one. You know, and I've never had to get online and look for any updates. You know, and I'm glad, you know, those companies do have good track records with releasing games, because, you know, there's nothing more frustrating for me when I can't play games like those, because, you know, I don't have good internet connection. They really, you know, you need a day one patch or a week one patch in order, you know, to even play the game. But, you know, this is a trend that, you know, we as gamers, we need to put a stop to this. You know, we need to tell the companies that, no, we are not going to put up with this. You know, simply because of the fact, you know, we deserve better. We've supported these companies throughout our entire, gaming careers. We've always supported EA, Activision, you know, our favorite developers, our favorite producers. And what do we get repaid with? We get repaid with you know, games that are broken on launch, aren't finished, because you know, the producers know that, oh, well, if we push the developers to release it, you know, when it's not ready, you know, we know people will still buy it anyways, and we'll make millions of dollars. You know, they'll just have to deal with the glitches until we can actually, you know, have the time to get them patched. Oh shit. Anyways, you know, that's just not the way it needs to be. I mean, for pre-release alphas or early access releases on Steam, you know, those, you know, that's to be expected. They're alphas. They're supposed to have bugs, and we're basically, you know, beta testing their games for them, and you know, they're taking feedback from the community and, you know, changing it and everything. But you know, we deserve more with the release of these AAA titles. I don't know. I just guess that's my rant on EA. But you know, and it's not the developers' fault either. I mean, like I said, you know, these you know, publishers, producers like THQ and EA and Activision, you know, they rushed that. You know, they rushed the developers to get the game out the door, you know, even when they know the game isn't ready. Which, you know, the developers really need to, you know, take a stand. You know, say it's like, no, you know, we aren't doing this. You know, I'm pretty sure if DICE had said for Battlefield 4, it's like, you know, fuck you, we're gonna make sure the game's released, we're gonna make sure we're giving it, you know, let's make sure it's polished, make sure we're giving the customers, you know, a nice polished product that they're going to want and they deserve, because, you know, damn it, they're paying, you know, they're giving us their money to make these games. You know, the fucking the fucking publishers couldn't do a goddamn thing. Oh yeah, they might be under contract, but you know, or they might lay off a few you know, a few developers at EA or I mean at DICE or whatnot, or at you know, Sledgehammer Games or at Treyarch. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, they're going to give in to the they are going to give in to the developers. Simply because of the fact that, you know, flagship titles like Battlefield, Halo, Call of Duty, you know, they all have the potential to make the companies millions, you know, and millions of dollars. You know, they're not going to give up, you know, that potential payday just because, you know, they want to put a, you know, developer in line. You know, they're not going to cancel a game as big as Call of Duty or Battlefield 4, you know, if the developer says, go fuck yourself, we're making sure this game, you know, gets released the right way. And there's a tank. Shit. So. But you know, that's just probably, you know, the most annoying trend that I, you know, and the biggest gripe I have with the modern video game industry. You know, the developers seem to have no backbone whatsoever, and all the publishers can see is money signs. I mean, but what, you know, what's the worst a publisher would do to a developer like DICE or a developer like Infinity Ward? Oh, they wouldn't do anything. They're not going to cancel the upcoming game because it stands to make them too much money. They're not going to cancel, you know, Star Wars Battlefront because that stands to make them a shit ton of money. You know, because it's Star Wars. You know, that game's being hyped to hell. I mean, come on. You know, Rockstar Games. Well, I guess Rockstar Games is fine because they're a developer and a publisher pretty much. But you know, GTA 5 on PC has been pushed back, you know, several times. And you know, when that game finally comes out, it's going to be extremely polished. You know, it's going to run good. It's going to look good. It's going to have a bunch of extra features that the console versions don't. And that's the way it should be. If the game isn't finished, if I bring up binoculars, if the game isn't finished, make sure it is finished. I'm using the binoculars. And that building's coming down. And of course I die because the building comes down. But yeah, that's just my little rant on EA. It just completely sucks that all of us loyal gamers just get screwed over because EA can't keep fucking servers running decently. I mean, come on, they're stat tracking servers. They're not even that hard to keep running. It's a computer that tracks stats. It's not handling gameplay. It's not handling the physics. That's all done by clan servers. So, like I said, if EA cannot provide your customers with simple fucking stat tracking services, then pass it off to Valve or Steam. EA, you fucked over a lot of customers before, and Valve and Steam, and other companies have picked up the slack before. So, what's the difference now?
Alright, Bravo 2, air support is online. You need to designate the enemy vehicle manually. Say again, you need to designate the enemy vehicle manually. Designate the target.
And that building's fucking coming down again. Okay, we finally took the tank out. Good, that entire firefight was taking way too long. What the fuck's that? Oh, it's a machine gun, and I just fucking... I just lost my gun. Okay, that's great. Whatever.
Empty in that house! On it!
No, that worked. At fucking MG though. If this was online, wouldn't be having such a hard time taking him out because someone would have stopped his ass by now. But that worked. Oh, look, just a bunch of enemies just randomly. Oh, shit. They're trying to Carl Gustav me. Yeah, little known fact. Battlefield Bad Company 2 was the first Frostbite game. And you can tell in its graphics. I mean, it's still kind of graphics still kind of hold up. I mean, they're a hell of a lot better than Modern Warfare 2's at the time when it came out. This game had some pretty sick multiplayer as well. I'll be showing you guys this in later videos. Like I said, I'm just playing this to, you know, pass time while the fucking servers are down. Well, they're not down, you just can't rank up. And I'll start, and I'll also, for those who want to pick up the game, I'll start I'll talk about rush strategies and everything, and strategies you're gonna want to use in Conquest. Although the maps in this game are definitely built for Rush. I know Rush kind of has a little bit of a bad rap because in the maps for Battlefield 3 and 4, it didn't work as well, but because the maps weren't designed for it. But in this game, every single map was designed with Rush in mind. I mean, Rush was the calling card of this game, and for good reason. Probably my least favorite segment of this map. Damn it, go! I don't want to die tonight. Booyah. Yeah, and I mean, the campaign for this isn't really all that great. But, you know, it does take a few, you know, hits at the Call of Duty franchise. You know, that's funny to see. You know, it doesn't really take itself all that seriously for a Battlefield game anyway, either. I mean, Battlefield games normally focus on being, like, really realistic. I mean, not as realistic as Arma or anything, but, you know, they still take pride on, you know, being more realistic than Call of Duty. You know, and the storyline is ridiculous. The gameplay, I mean, the gameplay is realistic and the gunplay is nice, but the storyline is just completely fucking ridiculous. And they make, you know, they give Call of Duty so much shit. I mean, this part, coming up right here. What is this going to remind you of? Infinity Ward fans. We have an enemy helo inbound. Oh, look, a hind. A snowy mountain. The hind is shooting at us. And we're going underneath a bridge. Now, I mean, at this point, it's just plagiarism of the last level of Modern Warfare. You know, and it pretty much ends in a similar way as well. I mean, without everyone getting shot at the end.
Y'all still with me? Pax?
Yeah.
Sweetwater.
Yeah, I didn't do the first mission in this game mostly because, you know, it involves, you know, you're in World War II and there's some sort of, like, you know, weapon of mass destruction the Japanese have developed. Which is basically some sort of seismic / nuclear EMP device that the Russians are now trying to perfect to work against the United States, or use against the United States. So.
Fake, sir?
A dummy. We think it's a dry run.
For what exactly, sir?
They're building a weapon.
What we know about it so far scares the shit out of us. What we don't know
Anyways, I just
scares
didn't
us
do
a
the
lot.
level because I just don't really enjoy
So we
it
need
that
more
much.
intel.
So.
We needed it last week. That's where you... Yeah. Okay. Listen, I need this done Ricky Tick. I got 9 other units and shit so deep they've forgotten what the sun looks like. So, you work for us now. We want you to do what you do best. Be unorthodox. Be lethal. You do that, you can go home. All of you can go home.
Sir, what do you mean, home? Home, sir?
Yep. Can you do that for me?
We can do that, sir.
Now, this object you found, we got an asset in Bolivia. This is his specialty. Name's Aguirre. Give him this. Oh, welcome to Special Activities Division.
Special Activities Division. Sad.
I think my retirement just got postponed. That's what just happened.
I'm hoping I'm not the only one who
Special
noticed that.
Activities Division?
Sad.
Hell fucking yes! Olivia.
Anyway, so that was the first mission of Battlefield Bad Company 2. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to our channel, like us on Facebook. If you're experiencing any issues with EA's servers on other games that's related to Battlefield 4 being like massively downloaded by everyone on the internet right now, let me know. Let me know what those issues are, and tell EA about them. Bitch at them. Tell them that you are not going to put up with this bullshit anymore. Come on. We as gamers have had a hard enough time with this bullshit. So, you know, let's start showing these the producers, these developers, you know, these publishers that, you know, this needs to stop. Anyways, I'm Ogre with Gaming in Progress. Like the video, subscribe. I'm out.